coaching provides a greater challenge in that not only do you have to worry about yourself, you've got to worry about the 9 guys on the field, plus the guys on the bench, what's coming up next, and it's more of a cerebral challenge, which I enjoy. We were disappointed that we didn't finish top 4, and that's when you take a look at where we're at, where we're sitting, what we've done so far. Realistically, when you take the entire season as a package, which is important you do, we did everything we needed to do early on the season in terms of beating teams that were at our level, a little bit lower, and doing the percentages, playing the percentages, beating the teams we should, and challenging the teams that in the past had pretty much put us out to the paddock pretty early. Coming from a club that the year before we only won 7 games to go to 19, it really puts it in perspective. Yes, we played more games, but even the teams that in the past that have owned us pretty well, we knocked off quite a few of them. And unfortunately, there are a couple of games that we dropped that we shouldn't have. But in the long term, in terms of the entire season, it was very successful. I think the greatest growth comes from exposing and making sure that the exposure is at the right level with the right stresses and the right support, that your juniors will grow faster. That's why we invite any kid that's 14 or older to come train with us. That's why we make sure that those juniors are mixed in with senior veterans, not just veterans that are in their early 20s, but guys in their mid-30s and a little bit older that have seen it, done it, and are able to pass on a greater wealth of knowledge than they'll learn with just practicing with themselves. So a lot of our juniors are ready physically. It's that mental jump. Playing 2s and the jump to the 1s is a massive jump, and most of it is mental. And preparing them for that will be one of our greatest challenges, and I think it'll be the most fruitful too. Excited for Christian to come over. He's a 6'3", 6'4", right-handed pitcher. I think the thing that stands out the most for me, finding more out about Christian, is that he's got good values, both on and off the field. From his former coach, currently from the Diablos, Butch Henry, says that he's a fierce competitor on the field, but he's also won several awards for community service and things like that off the field, which, you know, if you ask the average Joe that does play baseball, I don't know how many devotes their spare time to doing community service and that. And that, for me, speaks volumes of people's character, and character is important on a baseball team. And we're hoping that he can come over here and have a great impact both on and off the field. The pinnacle of an athlete is the one that knows that his sport does not define him as a person. The greatest speeches I've ever heard from some of the people that I find as being the most influential in terms of their leadership are ones that they're well known for their baseball, their basketball, but their speech basically says, baseball doesn't define me as a person. And I think, but the fact that Christian has other things that he's enjoying, gives you an idea of what he is as a person. And for me, that's important. When you look at Sandringham baseball, where they were 4 years ago to now, even the last 10 years being an up and down club, I don't want to be too premature in it, but to stay up in Division I for 3 straight years speaks volume of the fact that we've had some change within the club, and change can come for good and bad, and for the club it's been really good. I love playing the percentages. I love playing National League baseball, bunting, moving runners around and the rest of it, and we will not change that. We'll be a gritty team that prides itself in doing the little things, minimizing errors, working ahead in the counts, taking bases, taking the extra bases, doing little things. We're not a team that can rely on that big hit at that big time. We must do the little things, which is what we work on.